Greetings, my dear viewers, the Square on air. After what felt like an eternity, we finally received the most awaited 72 Part 1 episode, and it is literally one of the best episodes and biggest cliffhanger that we've ever had. This episode had a lot going on in it, and today I will tell you everything that you missed. So get comfortable, and let's dive into the analysis. The episode begins in the last scene of the episode 70, where Plunger Cameraman is giving his final goodbyes to his buddy, Titan Cameraman. After this, his camera goes offline and we zoom out to the POV of what seems to be a scientist. And ladies and gentlemen, you all know that this is the famous mecha scientist Cameraman who we haven't seen in 18 episodes. Here we see the tablet on the mech and the scientist watching it. After this, he punches his mech in rage. And yes, I understand his feelings, as they have fought together before, and I am guessing that they are very close friends. Anyways, once we zoom into his tablet, his serial number is 1337, while the description says cameraman_scientist. Anyways, the scientist couldn't stay watching the screen for some sign that the Plunger Man is alive, because there is a battle going on right beside him. Anyways, then he looks forward and we see all the cameraman running. Then we see the police mutant toilet shoot rockets at a car that was right beside him. Then the mech cameraman shoots his lasers at him, pushing him back, while this another mutant toilet runs up the mech scientist cameraman and attempts to punch him, but the mech cameraman punches him with a robotic arm and destroys him with his lasers. It really does seem like the mech cameraman got some upgrades on the mech and on himself, because later in the episode we also him walk, which if you didn't know, he had lost his legs, and I think that may have been the reason we didn't see him for so long, because as we see, he got some of the upgraded technology that the cameraman have. Anyways, then after this, another mutant toilet jumps on the mech and manages to destroy his tablet. Luckily, he didn't cut the scientist, but then we see the scientist press a button in his mech panel, and the mech arm brings a knife and stabs him in the head. But the weird thing is that even though the scientist created a hole in his brain, he was able to get up, which is weird to be honest, because when the mech stabbed him in the head, no blood came out, which I think means that all the mutant toilets are robots. Well, at least the new mutant toilets, because I think that the old ones are most likely still humans. But anyways, then the mech cameraman shoots his lasers, which destroys the mutant toilet. But then we turn around and we see a whole bunch of Skibidi toilets, especially mutants. And to me, it really seems like the toilets are going to divide into a half of mutants and perhaps a half of normal toilets. But what if the toilets will all soon turn into mutants? It could be possible because so many toilets are getting upgraded like crazy. Anyways, when we turn around, we see a mutant attack us, but luckily we activate our lasers in time, which kills the mutant completely. After this, we turn around to the side and we see the police Skibidi mutant kill the two cameramen that attempted to attack him, but they sadly get destroyed. Also in the background, we see two wannabe Astro toilet and a dead one in the ground. Anyways, but then the police mutant toilet shoots two rockets at us, but we manage to dodge it. Then we activate our two lasers, but the police mutant toilet activates his riot shield to protect himself. Then the police mutant toilet starts to attack him with his claw and manages to destroy one of our lasers. This blue almost killed the scientist cameraman. And I say almost because when I was on the verge of killing the scientist, something shoots him. And whatever this is that left him flabbergasted and bleeding had to be something very powerful, and in fact it was very powerful. Because then we see a flying object that confused me into thinking it was Titan Cameraman when I first watched it because of the blue lights. But once it takes down all of the toilets, we see the reveal of this object, and this is the upgraded Strider Cameraman. These things are literally so powerful now they can literally fly, and it has a special ability that he shows later in the episode. But two things many people noticed is that they don't have their ding-dong hanging anymore. That's good to know. But anyways, then we see him shoot blasts at the police mutant toilet and honestly destroyed the shit out of him because we literally hear the goofy metal pipe sound when he gets pushed back. But then something shoots the Strider camera and a toilet comes out of pure darkness and the Strider shoots him and blood doesn't even drop his cigarette. Then this damn toilet shoots our Strider camera, which I honestly thought he defeated it. But it turns out I was wrong because it comes from the darkness and activates his special ability that destroyed the Skibidi out of this toilet. Also, while this was happening, the toilet did the goofy ah sound and the metal pipe sound. This really was unexpected. He had me dying while watching this, to be honest. Anyways then, the Mecha cameraman turns to the Strider camera and gives him 2 thumbs up, one with his normal hand and one with his robot hand. After this, the mech cameraman starts walking forward, and we see a wannabe Astro rocket toilet attempt to attack us, but then the Strider camera destroys him. After this, we see the mech cameraman throw a toilet paper bomb at one of the toilets and grabs one of the police mutant's claws. The cameraman scientist was about to destroy the police mutant until we see him bring out the middle finger and we hear a noise, and the police mutant toilet starts laughing because he knows what's coming. And then of course we see the G toilet come in, destroying everything in its way again. And he also rizzed us up and almost destroyed us. To be honest, we have to stop G-Toilet because he is in his Riz stage for some reason. And not even the Strider camera can handle G-Man, because when the Strider uses his special ability, he also uses the same exact shield the Titan cameraman used in 65 and 64 episodes. And to me, it seems like G-Toilet got this ability because the arm that Titan cameraman lost in episode 65 had the shield attached to it. And to be honest, G-Toilet could have way more abilities, and we know that he has way more abilities at the end of this episode. But then G-Man destroys the Strider toilet, but I don't really think that is all of the Striders, because as we know, there was way more Striders back then, so don't worry, because I think that we will see them way more often. Anyways, then we see the scientist cameraman's mech giving an error and jumps out of it as soon as possible. And it's good that he got out, because a literal second after he got out, the mech exploded in flames. And then we see the squad of toilets all come in, and we still see the DJ toilet floating in the air like nothing. Also, many people heard the hee-hee sound, which was of course from the Michael Jackson toilet, and I actually spotted him flying right here. We also see 2 containers, which means that there was actually 2 unfinished projects of the scientist, unless it is something else. And whatever it is might help the toilets win this battle, which I don't think will happen, but anyways. Then we see the Skibidi builder come in and they both talk. But it's not really clear what they talked about because of course they talked in Skibidi language. But right when the builder was following the rest of the toilets, the Astro toilet comes in and destroyed him. This blood is literally huge though. He's literally 10 times the size of the Skibidi builder. And the Astro toilet says something here, but thanks to someone in Discord, I found out what he said. He said, "You know the penalty for treason, Commander. No one escapes justice." Here you go, listen to it yourself. But what does this mean? Clearly they want to kill G-Man, but what is the penalty for this treason? I don't really know how to answer this question, because first of all, we didn't get to know what was the reason why the Astro toilets are trying to kill G-Man. We only assume it, we don't know the exact reason. Anyways, after this, G-Toilet starts to charge up all of his lasers, and the episode ends. And to be honest, this is one of the biggest cliffhangers yet. I mean, like, in episode 72 part 2, we will probably see them 2 fighting, which is crazy to think about. And it's our first toilet versus toilet battle. I've never been this excited for an episode part before, and I honestly can't wait. Stay tuned for the next short video and a theories video when I have the time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Put a like and subscribe for more, and may the force of the square be with you. Good luck.